Welcome to Sweden. My name is Martin and I take photographs. And hopefully you can learn some stuff watching this madness, okay? Today I will show you how I shoot watches, the more simple images. It might look simple, but it is kind of tricky to get it perfect, I would say. The biggest watch brands, they use CGI, computer generated images, unfortunately. And often it looks like crap, but probably it's good enough. But today we will do it the correct way. I mean, photography. Because not everyone would like to have CGI, or maybe they cannot afford the top level ones. So we will do it the old school way, photography way, okay? And some PGI way, photography and PGI. I have the watch here. Hopefully you can see a bit from this camera. This brand, Epoch, this client, they send me 3 watches and they want to have, you know, straight on from the side and a bit on an angle so you can see the back side and the crown. So I will not show you all because it's kind of long process. I will show you the face, the straight on one, and this is how I set things up. The trickiest part in shooting watches is not the lighting. The most difficult part is how to rig it up so it will look nice when you're shooting it. I use props. I use a prop from Mad Props, this shape, because this is perfect for this watch. It will be flat, and that's very important that it's completely in level, both the camera and the watch. I have Arca Cube here, so I can fine adjust the camera in all levels. And also I have this Manfrotto 3-way head, so I can adjust the watch so it's perfectly in level, camera and watch. I even use this one to level things up. See, is this straight? Not really. Something like that. And then also for the camera, you know, so it's straight, almost perfect. I need to adjust this a bit. So now the camera and the watch is level, in level. And why is this so important? In the PGI process, what is this PGI? Well, Photoshop generated image. There will be a lot of Photoshop process on this watch. Maybe it's like 25% shooting and 75% PGI, Photoshop work, you know. So it will be not only cleaning, there will be a lot of fixing gradients, fixing scratches. Today I'm shooting with Hasselblad camera and 120mm lens. Let's take a shot. Okay, there we have the first image. As you see over there, the screen, this one, I want to work with a big screen so I can see what I'm doing. So there we have the first shot, black, because there's no flashes on. And now let's put on the first flash from the top. And now we can take another shot. And let's see what we will get. I don't remember if I mentioned why it's so important to have everything in level, perfectly centered, as close as you can get to perfect. Because in the post-processing, in the PGI work, then if you like to copy a part from one side, index from one side or to the other, everything needs to be straight. That makes your life so much easier, okay? First flash from the top, and here you see the result. Not so flattering. A bare flash is not so nice. It would be too harsh light for many of the areas. It is brushed, the lugs here and the bezel, but it will prefer a diffused light. So if I hold this here and take another shot, we will get something nicer. But if you take a look up here on the bezel, this guy ends, you know, okay, I can hold it like this, it will be a bit bigger, but it will still create this hard cut. I would like to have a gradient going on there on the bezel, and also, if possible, on the lugs. What to do? Well, let's do the classical IKEA trick, you know. I don't remember the name of this. Is it Melodi? You know, it's a lamp. I had this for 50 years now, something. You see, it's all beaten up. Look like a disaster, but it still works. It's fine, you know. It's not perfect, you know, neutral white or anything, but in this case, when shooting a black watch, this will be black and white. That will kill all the color anyway, if there should be a color cast from this guy. So that's not a problem. And the other watches I'm shooting, they are steel. I will also kill all the color. This is a great and cheap option, you know, to shoot watches. I could put up a huge diffusion, roll it down, but this is so easy because you get a very smooth and nice gradient going on the bezel and on the lugs. So let's put this here, cut this hole so it will fit my lens, my macro, you know. So now we are hiding the watch with this IKEA, what do you call it? Lamp. I think they cost like nothing. Now this flash will hit on this, and what do we get? Look at this. This is amazing. Do you see the gradient going on the bezel? The lugs are quite nice too. But at the same time, it's kind of, you know, when this flash doesn't have any modifier on, hits this, it bounces around a lot, you know, because it's quite big light that will hit this. So what I like to do is to narrow the light down, and we will get more contrast because there's not so much light bouncing around. Reflector honeycomb grid. This is a 10-degree honeycomb grid. Let's take another shot and see the difference. Boom! Yes, this is exactly what I want. More contrast and brightness fading out. And we also get a gradient going on the lugs. And then I do the same from this side. Maximum power of the flash. And I put on a smaller one, a honeycomb grid. And let's take another one. Pew! Yes, you see it down there? Very nice. The same thing, but a bit smaller, and I think that can be nice. And it's important that the lower one doesn't overpower the top one, I think. You know, that's it really. This goes quick. But now, when it's time to jump into Photoshop, that's where the work starts, the PGI work, you know. And I already edited this photo, and it took me like, you know, probably 3 to 4 full days. It's like 1 day of shooting, preparing, testing, shooting 1 day, and then retouching 4 days. It's 5 days for one image. 5 days, $2,000 per day. Well, $10,000 for one shot. You know, of course it will never happen. So it's hard. Let's go into Photoshop and I can show you what I did. Quick. Yes, it looks almost like the one we shot now. Yes. Final raw. If we go 100%, we can go show a bit here, and then I show you the raw, and you will understand there is a lot of work to be done. Probably need to do separate video on the retouching. All this, and I'm still not done with this, I see. You see, these guys, this hour markers, if you take a look at the raw shot, they're too rough and have to recreate them, kind of. And if you look at the face of the watch, everything, all indexes has been redone, and all the hands also, yes. And a lot of cleaning, and also this, because I shoot with no glass on, so I have to fake that there is a glass and there is some reflections. A lot of PGI work, but I love that part. And you can always, it depends a lot, you know, how much you would like to do. I edit in 200%, and then you have to clean a lot to get this perfect watch, you know. But, you know, that's me. I want it to be absolutely perfect. This was just to show you how simple it is. You go to IKEA, you buy Melodi lamp and 2 flashes with some kind of honeycomb grids. Boom, done. Well, of course, you also have to focus stack, you know. I will not do that now, but I think I took like 200 photos, you know, setting the focus at the closest point, and then it goes like 200 shots, and then they are stacked together. So the whole process is very slow, I would say. A lot of retouching, a lot of PGI work, and also testing out. You can play with the level. If you go up too high, we'll get a totally different look, and if you're too low, you will only hit the band probably, and the face will be dark. So you need to find the perfect spot to get the nicest gradient you can get on the bezel and on the lugs, and also on the rubber strap there. Many different parts that goes into shooting a watch, I would say. And then we need to turn it to the side, and I will stick with the same lighting. I will just turn the watch. It will go quite fast, and then I turn it another one. But you still have to do the focus stacking, you know, focus stack. And at the back of this watch, there is kind of a crown that need to be straight. I need to turn the watch to get that straight and do another focus stacking, put them together and add it on to the main shot. Oh, it takes forever shooting watches. Stay away, okay? I told you this before, stay away from watches. Soon there will be more stuff when there is not so much work anymore, hopefully soon. And, you know, as always, I will see you next time.